Can you make a boba drink in 5 minutes? In less than the time that it takes to drive to a boba shop? How about 3 different 3-layered boba drinks: raspberry matcha latte, Thai tea boba, and Hojicha Milk Tea Boba. I'll also show you my shortcuts to how to make these drinks in 5 minutes or less, and how to pour the drinks to get the clean 3-layered look. So let's get started. Hi, it's Fanny of Living Richly on a Budget. First, we're gonna make Thai tea boba. And the secret to making boba in 5 minutes or less is to use instant boba. Trader Joe's has a good tasting instant boba in the freezer section, and all you have to do is microwave it for 45 seconds. That's it. And the boba texture is nice and chewy, and it's pre-sweetened, so it skips like 2 steps, like cooking the boba, which takes 45 minutes to cook. I did a video on it, by the way. You can check it out later. Making boba from scratch. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. And this instant boba makes it like so easy for anyone to make boba anytime. So I've made Thai iced tea from scratch. You can check out the video after this. It takes a while and you're steeping tea, but the way to make it in 5 minutes or less is to use Thaiwala Thai tea concentrate. They're the only ones that make a Thai tea concentrate. And they make it without artificial food coloring. So it's healthier and it makes it so easy to make Thai iced tea anytime. It's pre-sweetened. All you have to do is pour it with milk over ice, and then you got Thai iced tea. My daughter makes this all the time. It's just a little tricky to find it. You can find it. I found it at Business Costco, at Whole Foods, and Amazon has it, but sometimes it's not in stock. So you have to keep checking. But if you find it, just stock up on it. I mean, the flavor is pretty close to regular Thai tea. It's slightly different, but it's good enough. First, we're gonna put the boba pouch into a bowl and microwave it for 45 seconds. After we microwave it, then we're gonna put it into a bowl of ice. So I'm gonna cut open this pouch with a scissor. And I'm gonna pour it into this ice. You want to cool it down so it doesn't like mix up with the glass, you know, like hot and cold don't mix in the glass. So I'm just gonna cool it down a little bit. In this thing, I'm gonna take out like a tablespoon of liquid, just taking out some of the sweetness. Okay, and then I'm gonna pour the boba in first. How to pour layers into drinks. Next, I'm gonna put some ice cubes in a glass. The more ice cubes, the better to pour a cleaner layer. The key to pouring a clean layer is to have a cup with a spout and pour it over 1 ice cube. Aim at 1 ice cube and don't move. Keep pouring in a steady stream until it's finished pouring. Just pour slow and steady and resist the urge to move. And just trust that it's gonna work. Here I'm using a small metal milk frother cup. And I like this because it has a smaller spout for aiming at the ice. It just has more control. So for this Thai iced tea, it's 1 part Thai iced tea concentrate and 1 part milk. But I had to pour with different proportions for the glass to make it look good for the video. And also I tried putting the milk under the tea, but it didn't work because it would bleed into the milk. So it only works with the tea on the bottom and the milk on top. Now we're going to mix up the Thai iced tea layers. And I love watching this process. Oh, here I go. There's the Thai iced tea, you guys. Look at the boba. It's pretty refreshing, really easy to make. Raspberry matcha latte. We're going to make this without boba because the boba makes it trickier to get the clean layer with the raspberry on the bottom. My trick to making the raspberry matcha latte in 5 minutes is to use jam. First, let's make the matcha layer. I use the matcha powder from Costco because I like the taste and price, and it's good for the amount of matcha you get. So first, let's mix the matcha. We're going to pour in 3 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to use cold water, not warm, because it's going to mess up the layers. From a thermos earlier. The Sencha Everyday Matcha. So I'm going to whisk it with a bamboo whisk. You can also use a wire whisk if you have that. The bamboo whisk works a little bit better. So when I whisk, it's like 20 seconds, but it also like moves around I move the bowl or cup around and just to make sure I get all the clumps. And then we're gonna set this aside. So next we're gonna mix the milk with honey. You can use any milk you want. I like to use soy milk. I like to use the one from Costco in the purple color. 8 ounces of soy milk in here. So I'm gonna do like a tablespoon and a half of honey. Because we're using jam in here, so the jam is already pre-sweetened and I don't want it that sweet, but you can always add more honey later if you want it sweeter. So we're going to put the jam in here, about 3 tablespoons. We're going to try not to touch the sides of the glass. 2. Kind of have to be careful not to touch the sides because it'll smear and then it'll make the drink look funny. So I'm going to flatten this jam layer as flat as I can because this is the base layer of the drink. So we kind of want to push it to the edges of the glass. Like you're going to really see the outside edge of the glass and try to push it to the edges. For this drink, you have to use lots of ice because ice acts as a barrier to slow down the pouring of the milk so it doesn't mix in with the jam. So it'll keep it a separate layer. This is what happens if you don't use ice. It'll just blend in with the jam and there's no separate layer. The key to pouring clean layers is to aim at 1 ice cube, pour slowly, and stay still. Don't move. Always making sure that the milk goes directly on the ice cube so it slows down the mixture. Now let's pour in the matcha layer and aim at 1 ice. And if the ice moves around, just follow the ice and keep going. As long as it's pouring onto an ice cube and dripping down, that's what you want. Now let's take a moment to admire our work. Let's try it. I hate mixing it. It's like it lost everything. No. There you go. It has a rich matcha flavor. And then the raspberry gives it just this light raspberry taste. It really kind of blends well together because the raspberry kind of tastes almost like tea. The raspberry jam, if you've never tried this jam before. It's just a nice alternative to strawberry. It's refreshing, especially today is super hot. So, Hojicha Milk Tea Boba. So Hojicha tea is a roasted green tea. It has a smoky, roasted, malty kind of flavor, and it's light in caffeine, and it's not bitter. So it doesn't need a lot of sweetener. The key to making this drink in 5 minutes or less is to use Hojicha Powder. It's much quicker than steeping tea. Next, we're gonna mix this Hojicha powder. So I got this from Amazon. It's Jade Leaf Hojicha Barista Edition. You're gonna treat it like matcha, and you have to mix it with water first to make a paste. So first we put in 2 ounces of water and then 2 teaspoons of this Hojicha powder. So 1. Then we're gonna whisk it. Wire whisk or bamboo whisk. Bamboo whisk kind of works better. I like it better. It just makes it works better with matcha powder or this Hojicha powder. It's like meant to do one thing and it does it really well. Just do like 20 seconds until there's no lumps and it has a smooth paste like that. Next, we're gonna make the boba and microwave the instant boba for 45 seconds. Then cool it off. First, we're gonna pour in the boba. So this is the boba that was cooled off by ice. Instant boba. Next, we're gonna put in lots of ice cubes and pour the milk. I like to use soy milk, but use any milk you like. Remember to aim at 1 ice cube and go slowly. Now we're gonna pour in the final layer, the Hojicha tea mixture. Go slowly and keep going. There you go, we did it. This is the Hojicha boba. Let me try it. Has a nice, the malty, smoky taste. So I don't feel like you need to add any sweetener. It's perfect. Doesn't need any extra because the boba's really sweetened. So did you like this video? Did you find a drink that you want to make and impress somebody? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also check out my other videos like how to make classic boba milk tea or Thai tea without artificial colors. So see you next time. Bye.